Good morning, guys, and welcome back to another video here from the city of San Salvador. Now, today's our last day in El Salvador, in San Salvador, and I realized there are still some foods that I have yet to try from this city. As you can probably tell already so far, El Salvador has a lot of delicious food, and I really want to try it all. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna go and see if we can get some local traditional street food here in San Salvador. I've got a list of a couple things I still want to try, so hopefully we'll be able to get them, and I'll be showing you guys all the delicious food in this video. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, first stop of the day, gotta get some breakfast. This place actually doesn't really have a name, but it's just sort of like a street food stall right here on 17th Street, like near the center. We're just like north of the main center of San Salvador, and this looks delicious. I actually passed by here yesterday. I saw how many people were eating here, so I was like, you know what, tomorrow I gotta come and get breakfast here. This is a traditional Salvadorian breakfast. You've got beans, you've got an egg, you've got fried plantains, you've got tortillas, and obviously for a drink, we've got chocolate. I'm gonna first go ahead and try out the chocolate because Salvadorian chocolate, I wanna compare it to Guatemalan chocolate, I wanna compare it to Mexican chocolate. I wanna see how this fares, so let's go ahead and try this out. Oh, chocolate in Central America is just different. That richness of that chocolate is amazing. It's got a little bit of that like spiced flavor that you have at the same one as on Oaxaca. I have to say this is just as good as chocolate in Oaxaca. You've got that really nice flavor. I just wish I had like a bread to soak it and dunk it in, because that would be incredible. That would be absolutely insane. All right, let's look at the egg first. Now the egg we've gotten is an egg entomatada. What does that mean? It's just a normal fried egg, but what they've done is they put like a tomatoey salsa sauce on top. I don't know if it's spicy or not, but we're just gonna take a little piece and just try out the entomatada. I thought it was just gonna be like a nice little watery tomatoey salsa, but the flavor, it's so rich. It's actually got like a little bit of a meaty umami flavor to it. It's not just simple tomatoes. You also got some peppers that you put inside, which are absolutely incredible. But it's not simple. It's not simple at all. I thought it was just like a simple watery little tomatoey salsa. That's incredible. That is so delicious. All right, what I'm really excited for is actually the beans, because these beans look amazing. There's also a sausage in there, and they're cooked with onions and peppers. So many things going on. All right, let's go ahead and try out some of these beans. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of the texture of the beans. They're still quite solid. They're not really cooked down. They're not really like boiled down to be soft. But the flavor, that flavor is incredible. It's got a very nice meaty flavor as well. You can taste a bit of the sausage flavor that's going on. Onions, peppers, tomatoes really help to improve the flavor. Absolutely delicious. Now, we've also got two tortillas on the side. So what I've got to do is, got to rip apart a little piece of the tortilla, really soak it in those beans. This is the traditional way of really eating food here in El Salvador. Let's go ahead and try this out. All right, not the best tortillas I've had actually here in El Salvador. It's not crispy enough on the outside. The soft dough on the inside is really good. And I love how it manages to soak up all that bean flavor from the beans and a little bit of that meatiness, which I absolutely love. But finally, fried banana. This is something I saw everybody eating yesterday with, you know, their beans and their sauce and everything. So go ahead and try out a fried banana here in El Salvador. Like I've mentioned many times here, bananas in Central America are starchy. They're not really that sweet. They're used to serve more as like a sort of starchy, almost like a potato in a way. You've got a fried starch there to help fill you up It's not sweet. Like it is a little bit sweet, but it's not that sweet. It's not like the bananas that you'll get in other countries where you're getting it for the sweetness of the fruit. No, here it's more of a very starchy flavor, but really, really delicious. Total price of this, I mean, the plate here is about $1. That's incredible. With an egg and the tomato sauce, everything is just really, really good. I love the beans flavor, and when you mix it with the tortillas, it just becomes amazing. So when you're here in San Salvador, get a traditional Salvadorian breakfast. You'll see these places all across the city, people eating and drinking before they get off to work. Oh, and the chocolate. The chocolate in Central America. It's just amazing. You can't compare it with anything else. All right, next stop of the day, once again, on the same street, literally on the same street, just a few blocks down. I don't even know if this place has a name, but every time I pass it, it's always so popular. All these places are super popular, and obviously when you're here in El Salvador, you can't have breakfast without a pupusa. So we had to get a pupusa. This is a chicharrón pupusa. It looks incredible. Oh my gosh, look at how hot that is. That is piping hot. I guess I still haven't learned my lesson. I've told myself so many times, when a pupusa comes out, do not break it open immediately, do not touch it. And I keep doing that, and I keep burning my hands. But you know what? It looks really, really good. You can tell this chicharrón, once again, it's like a paste. I realize that a lot of the chicharrón pupusas here in El Salvador are kind of like paste. Like they made the chicharrón really soft and just put it inside. Whereas in Guatemala, in Honduras, chicharrón pupusas are crispy. Like the chicharrón is crispy, like it's like a biscuit inside of the pupusa. But anyways, let's go ahead. Obviously you gotta put some cabbage on top of it, break a piece away, put it inside of that little sauce. Let's go ahead and try out a chicharrón pupusa. Okay, that is easily the best chicharrón pupusa I've ever had. Okay, the chicharrón, soft, nice, but super, super flavorful. It's like, you can tell the chicharrón is kind of like a red color. I think maybe they put like a little bit of like tomato or onion or something, but it's seasoned really, really well. The coleslaw, that salad on top with all the vegetables, very, very strong garlicky flavor. I love that. I think they put some garlic, some onions, some jalapenos, a little bit spicy. I love the flavor of the salad. It adds so much, and that garlic actually helps to contrast the really nice, soft sort of chicharrón that's already inside the pupusa. Pupusa skin outside, really, really nice, crispy and toasty, but this is a corn pupusa, so it's not, in my opinion, the rice pupusas are a little bit crispier than the corn pupusas, but really, really delicious. You can taste that sort of crumbly texture of the corn pupusa. Salsa is nice, really, really tomatoey, actually kind of sweet, but that works well because the salad with that garlicky, oniony sauce is already a little bit acidic and a little bit spicy, but wow, really, really good. I love the chicharrón. It's so nice and soft, and usually I like crispier chicharrones. I like something to like give me like a crackle when I bite in, but this is really, really good. I totally understand why this place is so popular now. Literally every time I pass by, it's always packed, and for good reason. But anyways, this right here, one pupusa, 50 cents, which is a pretty average price here in San Salvador. I want to finish this up, and then I'll take you guys to the next stop. I'm just right here at the front where she's making all the pupusas. Right there, the grill. Oh my god, it smells so good, and you can see she's just making it, like sort of slapping it together, and then she'll just throw it on top. But that is the way you eat a pupusa. That's the way you cook a pupusa here in San Salvador. When it comes to chicharrón pupusas, that's the best one. That's so good. So when you see a place with a lot of locals, it's a good spot in that place. Oh, so delicious. I love the salad on the side. I love how flavorful that chicharrón is. And like I said, chicharrón pupusas in different countries are actually really different. What I had in Honduras and what I had in Guatemala, super different from the pupusas here. So just keep that in mind when you're going around Central America, the different types of pupusas, different types of chicharrón pupusas especially. All right, I think we need to get something sweet. So I think I see a bakery. Let's go see if we can go inside. Next stop we've come to is a place that is stunning. This is Panaderia El Rosario. And why is it so stunning? because from 2 blocks away, I could suddenly start smelling breads and cakes being baked. And I got closer, I finally saw it's this huge pink bakery. And the thing is, they've been around since the 1960s, who this grandmother who, I mean, the story is on the wall, but it's like a grandmother who moved to Guatemala. She ran a bakery there, she learned from her parents, moved back to El Salvador and said, you know, I want to make the same bakery here with traditional Salvadorian breads and cakes and stuff, and that's how it started. So it's been around for like, what, 50, 60 years, serving the same delicious things. But we are here for one thing and one thing only, because this is something that you cannot find anywhere else in Central America. Now, when you think of a quesadilla, you're probably thinking like those Mexican quesadillas, you've got some cheese inside, maybe like a blue corn quesadilla, something savory. But in San Salvador, and the country of El Salvador, a quesadilla is actually a cake. It's a dessert, which is remarkable because you have the same name, same exact way of spelling it, but here in this country it's a dessert. But in Mexico, it's like a street food, savory thing, which is fascinating to me. So I knew I had to try a quesadilla. This is a traditional, very traditional sort of dessert, only found in El Salvador. You cannot find this in Guatemala, in Honduras, definitely not in Mexico, because there, quesadilla means something completely different. So when you're here, you've got to try one of these out. All right, the best part is that the lady actually helped toast it just now, so it's nice and warm. I'm just holding it, I can feel the warmth from the quesadilla. It looks amazing, and it's topped off with some sesame seeds on top. Oh, it smells like a Japanese cheesecake, actually. It is, after all, a cheesecake. It is a dessert, but it's a cheese dessert. It's a cheesecake. Oh, this looks absolutely exceptional. I can't wait any longer. I gotta give this a bite. That right there is a warm Japanese cheesecake. There's no other way to describe it. There's literally, this is what they do in Japan. They have this warm, nice, sweet, bouncy cheesecake. You have a nice little light cheese flavor. It's a little bit sweet. The airiness, the fluffiness. I mean, you can just see how squishy it is on the inside. I love the little sesame coating on top. Brings a little bit of like a crispiness from the sesame seeds. But wow, that takes me back to Japan. That is literally a Japanese cheesecake. The cheese quality is also really, really good. It's a nice, creamy sort of taste, you know? But the bounciness, that airiness on the inside, that is incredible. And like I said, this is 65 cents. This is also something you can only find in El Salvador, and it's really, really delicious. So if you're here, come to this place. This place, like, there are locals here, everybody's eating, getting breakfast. Usually people come here, get like a cake and a coffee, that's breakfast. But for me, this is like a dessert for breakfast, because we've already eaten a lot today. But this is incredible. I did not expect it to taste this good. I honestly was skeptical how good a quesadilla could taste here in El Salvador, but after trying this out, my gosh, this is like something straight out of Japan. This could easily compete with any Japanese cheesecake. It is amazing. That's the reality of living in San Salvador. Okay, that was without a doubt one of the best cheesecakes I've ever had in my life. I am so full right now. I'm so happy. Like, quesadilla, that's something I've always wanted to try here in El Salvador. Finally got the chance to try it, and it just completely blew my expectations away. Like I said, one of the best cheesecakes you're ever gonna find in the entire world. But we're gonna walk around the city a little bit more. I need to burn off these calories, and I will get back to you guys when we eat again. It's currently lunchtime and we've come to a place known as Pollo Bonanza or Bonanza Chicken. Now they claim that they have the most juicy chicken in all of El Salvador, and a lot of people have told me that the chicken here is life-changing, so obviously I had to give it a try. This whole meal cost $4.50. Just for reference, yesterday I had chicken, rice, and everything, and that was $2. This is over double that. but yeah, I'm expecting high quality. It comes with a drink, comes with some bread. You've got chicken, potatoes, and a salad on the side. I got orange juice, so let's go ahead and try out orange juice. This is they buy it and claim it's fresh. Let's try it out. Okay, yeah, it's orange juice, but it's a little bit too sweet, a little bit sugary. But they also have some 2 sauce packets on the side. Not really sure what these are for. All right, obviously this place is famous for the chicken. I'm gonna go in and just grab a piece of the chicken right away. They say it's supposed to be super, super juicy, so I've got high expectations. Let's go ahead and try the chicken out. Let's talk about this chicken. It is super, super savory. The flavor on the chicken is incredible. You've got that really nice roasted wood flavor. You can taste it. It is amazing. The flavor is incredible. Is it juicy? Yeah, it's juicy, but it's not the juiciest chicken I've ever had. It's not like, you know, actually, I would say yesterday's chicken that I had was juicier than this chicken. But in terms of flavor, this chicken definitely went down. That roasted flavor is incredible. But it's juicy, but not really that juicy. It's like, it's nice, but it could be a little bit juicier. Let's go ahead and try out their fries. Deep fried, but they're not really like fries. Like they're circular shaped, you can tell. Let's go ahead and try it out. Literally tastes like potato chips. Like it came out of a Lay's bag almost. Let's go ahead and try the salad. Oh, okay, that sounds actually pretty good. They've got a little bit of pepperiness going on actually. Really, really nice, crispy and crunchy. Wow, I do like the salad. The salad is pretty good. All right, now we've got to get the bread, obviously. I'm gonna get a piece of bread. I'm going to pour some of this brown sauce, which I think maybe actually like chicken gravy, I think. Get a piece of the chicken and get some salad just to mix it in there. All right, let's go ahead and try this bite out. Alright, I'm gonna be really honest. This is not worth it. The chicken is okay. The flavor is incredible, but not really juicy. The fries, get them out of a Lay's bag. The taste to me is pretty much the same. The salad is nice, but it's a salad. And the bread's not even warm. It's cold. It's cold bread. Is it a good meal? Yes. Absolutely, no doubt about it. It's a good meal. If I got this at one of the markets, I'd be happy. But if I'm paying $4.50 for it, it's good, but it's not $4.50 good. I would pay for the chicken alone, but I definitely would not pay $4.50 for all this. Like I said, it's not even really that juicy. The flavor is incredible, but it's not the juiciest chicken I've ever had. So, okay, but there are definitely better chicken joints around the city. Well, I gotta say, I was a little bit disappointed. I expected more. I thought it will be better. It's good chicken, there's no doubt about it. It's objectively a good piece of chicken, right? But if you're trying to claim you're like the juiciest in El Salvador, that's where I'm gonna start having problems. Chicken was good, but it's not worth $5. All right, let's go see what else we can knock off my El Salvador food list here. All right, I'm currently at the main plaza here in El Salvador. You can see the National Theater is that one right behind me. But I've gotten something which is very, very typical. It's like the most typical street food here in El Salvador. This is fried yuca. Now, I thought I was just gonna get fried yuca, but turns out she put a lot of other ingredients. She put like cabbage, she put salsa, and she put these little anchovy fish. But what I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna get a piece of the yuca, and I'm gonna try out my first fried yuca here in El Salvador. You can tell yuca is like a pretty starchy root as well, but at a lot of these stalls here in El Salvador, they'll sell fried potatoes and they'll sell fried yuca as well. And I think locals try both because they're both apparently really, really good. Let's go ahead and try some fried yuca. That is so good. Forget fried potatoes. Fried yuca is the way to go. Now, yes, the fishy smell is pretty bad. It's actually like It smells really, really fishy. It smells really, really seafoody. But when the taste comes in, that's incredible. There's no fishy taste. It's just salty. And the thing is, these fishies, they're not crispy either. They're really soft. So they just basically turn into like little packets of salt that help to season the yuca. I love how well seasoned the yuca is. It's nice and sort of salty. The texture is very different from a potato. Usually potatoes, you bite it and it just like melts because it's really soft on the inside. Here, the yuca puts up a little bit more bite. It's a little bit more fibrous. But I actually prefer that because that means that when you fry it out on the outside, it's actually super, super crispy in my opinion. Wow, I really, really like the fried yuca. I mean, I love that sort of texture on the inside. It's not an easy texture to bite through. It's a little bit fibrous. It's a little bit, you know, it sticks to your teeth a little bit more. But it's also a little bit like gummy, and I really, really like that texture of yuca. It's a little bit more meaty than just a potato. A potato is just kind of nice, soft, and just melts away. But with a fried yuca, you get a lot more meat. You got a lot more fiber in it. Wow, that's really, really good. The salsa, it's not really that spicy, but it's nice, like little tomatoey to give it just a little bit of flavor that it needs, because if you're just gonna have yuca by itself, there's not much flavor. But I think she did salt the yuca just a little bit to give it a little bit of flavor. So absolutely delicious. I love fried yuca and I would highly recommend it over just fried normal potatoes. All right, final thing for the day because I'm absolutely stuffed. This is something I've wanted to try here in El Salvador, and I've had it before, especially in Honduras and Guatemala, but I have not had it here in El Salvador. This is tamarind juice. Now, last time I had tamarind juice was in Honduras, and it was amazing. I fell in love. So obviously, I've got to try the tamarind juice here in El Salvador. You can see it's that dark brown color, and oh, it looks amazing. Let's go ahead and give our tamarind juice a try. Oh, I love that sort of natural fruity sweetness from the tamarind juice. It's kind of citric, but it's not like full citric. Like, it's like if you had a little bit of like other fruits mixed in. But oh, that sweetness, that's incredible. And it's just fresh from the ice. It's cold, it's cooling. On a hot day like today in El Salvador, that's literally the perfect drink. And the thing is, this was the last one they had. I bought the last one. That's how popular it is. They had horchata, they had all the other drinks, but this is the last one they had of tamarind juice. So that's why it's so popular here in El Salvador. It's a good drink, it's delicious, it's refreshing, and on a hot day in El Salvador, this is exactly what you need. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. We've tried out a lot of foods that I've wanted to try, whether it's fried yuca, traditional Salvadorian breakfast, quesadillas, a lot of things that I was like, I need to try before I leave El Salvador, and I'm so glad I've tried them all today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more food and travel videos. This will be our last video here from El Salvador, so I hope you guys stay tuned. There'll be more videos coming from other countries. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.